Hi, so welcome to the live stream. So, just for those of you who don't know, who may be new to this, the live streams are very much about talking to whoever's listening and addressing problems, anything that you need more information about, just clarity about what's going on, as well as healing. And yeah, and I'm Jabeen, I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael. So in these live streams, Raphael will come through me and speak. Yeah, and just before beginning, if anyone would like to receive a one-to-one with Raphael, they can be booked via my website, and that's on the description. If anyone would like a 5-minute message about a general message or anything in particular, they can also be booked on the same website. And there's a separate website for groups, and also to purchase past groups and audios. So that website's also on the description. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. I would like you to know that what I'm seeing at the moment is that there is a lot going on around really being in your higher self and staying connected to the part of you that is able to be in a much higher energy than your earthly life. And what you are facing, going through, what you are resolving, working on. So, what I will say to those of you who are really good at this is that your life will actually go forwards much more easily than ever. That really, this energy is very supported on Earth. So, one example is that if you are in conflict with someone in particular, if you are able to stay in your higher self, for example, have a sense of the bigger picture and really be there, then actually the situation can be resolved very fast because life will really support this energy, bring everything that is needed for full resolution. But as soon as you go into all the earthly details, drama, discrepancies, and stay there, that is when life is really going to be a bit of a mess at the moment because there is so much coming up for everyone. And that is when energies get very messy, sticky, where all the negative lives come up and start presenting themselves in a way that make things very difficult because it is a time where everything is coming up to be resolved. But in your higher self awareness, a lot can be done fast. So it is just a reminder that in any given moment you are able to move into a much higher energy by actually setting the intention to be in your higher self. That is what I see. The other thing I would like to talk about today is that many of you here feel a bit in need of something. Like, for example, there is a lot going on in your life, but you are not really sure how to resolve all of it. Like, you have needs. For example, it may be you are really noticing that there is not enough material energy in your life, enough money coming in to meet your needs. Or it may be you are noticing generally that you just are not really feeling so good about certain aspects of your life. But it is a time where you will notice the things which are not right, and it may make you feel a bit fed up, like you are not sure what will change, how things will change. And because of this, it can bring up a feeling inside like there is just a lot to resolve and just not knowing where to start. What I would like to say to those of you who are feeling this at the moment is don't be in a state where you try to resolve things yourself. Notice what is not right, but really let the universe sort it out for you. So, really keep going inwards, asking for what you would like to be resolved and let it happen in the right way. But don't get personally involved in a way where you try to fix your own problems. Because when you fix your own problems, you are coming in from the vibration you are currently in. But when you surrender your problems to a higher energy, then your problems are resolved in a higher frequency to which the problem was created from. And it is important to know that if you still have a problem in your life, you are still, in one way or another, in the vibration that the problem was created from. So, if your problem is, for example, with money, it is that there will be a part of you that is still there in that vibration where it was created from. And that a vibration can be really a lack energy, mentality, or it can be something else around really being in some way or another not able to really sustain yourself because there is a lot of pain, trauma in a certain area of your being. So, as you surrender, then what can happen is it can be resolved in the right way. So then the problem itself can be deeply addressed by the universe and ultimately solved. That is what I see. What I would like to talk about next is something else entirely, and that is when you are living a life where there is a lot that you are clearing up in one lifetime, you will be presented with things which feel very much like there is a lot of density there, and the density has accumulated across space and time. So the problem can feel to you like it is insurmountable. And these sorts of energies are really going to be cleared up in this lifetime in one foul swoop, so to speak, in a way that is rapid, fast. So, because of this, sometimes some very heavy energies which are on earth are addressed in ways that can feel to you very strong, like it is done in a very quick way. What I'm trying to say is that some of the really heavy energies in life are going to be dealt with in ways which are unexpected. So, one example is that you may find yourself suddenly in a big situation, something really big happens, and then what happens is in that moment the problem is addressed in a really big way. So, it may be, for example, that something happens and it feels at the time like it is major, but in that moment it is an opportunity for fast resolution. So, what I will say to those of you who are perhaps in some kind of energy in life that is big, dense, heavy, is that it is going to be addressed in a major way. And as a result, it is a time for flexibility, fluidity. Don't get attached to things being a certain way. Let things be resolved in their own way. But don't be in the mindset that something has to be resolved in a certain way. That is really what I'm trying to say. That the universe will decide the best way to solve things for you in this life. I would like to share one more thing with all of you, and that is life is a mixture of things. Life is a mixture of energies that purge through you and in your life generally. And then life is also about becoming who you really are and expressing this in the world. And what I would like you to know that as you go deeper into clearing, ultimately you arrive to a place where you realize it is now about expressing yourself as who you are. And in that moment, it can feel to you like a new experience, like you don't quite know where to start. And in that moment, I say to people, don't really try to be in a place where you have a set idea. Be very open to life. Let yourself be shown what is right, how to be in one way or another in your higher self and express it. So, what I mean by this is that in any given moment, it may feel to you like a mystery who you actually are, how to be, even how to express yourself, because all the things that you have been previously, that you have identified with, have been stripped away as you go deeper into the process of purging all the different energies that you have been in, that you have taken in. And so you are then left not really knowing who you are, how to be. And that is when you are shown who you are by something much larger, bigger. And that is by your own higher self coming in and just expressing itself. And often your higher self is actually a bit of a mystery to you because you may have so strongly identified with other parts of yourself. So it is about allowing yourself, the egoic part of you, to be shown who you are, to not assume you know. And as you let go of assumptions, things that you believe about yourself, you see the truth and enormity of who you are. You experience it. And that is really the point where you are actually experiencing life as it is meant to be. Because in the moment that your true self comes through you, it is then going to give you an experience of yourself. And through this, an experience of life as it is meant to be. So, for example, you may find yourself in a situation where there is something going on that is very difficult. But in that moment, if you are actually very clear, your true self comes in and you experience yourself as who you are. And as a result, you experience life responding to this energy because through this, there is actually a change that occurs in life as well around you. And you get an experience of what really life is all about ultimately. You feel the energy there of the oneness as it has come through you and as it has impacted life. And the reflection of this will come back to you into your life. And you will get glimpses of what it really means to experience heaven on earth. Because what happens is that the energy that you are giving out will come back to you. And this will give you the experience of really being grounded in light on earth. So, what I'm trying to say is once you have purged enough, this will become your normal experience in life. And the energies of heaven will grow on earth until that is what will be people's experience on an everyday level. So, this is really the phase some of you are in now. Not all of you, but I see a few of you entering this part of your life where it is about really true self expression now, that energy of true self and experiencing heaven on earth growing and growing until it is your everyday life. And those of you who are there, you will feel it from the inside. And it is good for you to know you have arrived here because you have cleared enough. I have no more to say. The week ahead will be a good one, and it will be a week where a lot can be resolved by just allowing it to be in one way or another taken care of by a higher energy. That is all. Yeah, so thank you everyone for being part of today's live stream. And yeah, so wishing you a really good weekend, a good week ahead, and much love to all of you.